Left out in the rain, be the one that's always left out in the rain. Pop out chat. The following live stream will start in approximately 30 seconds. Please enjoy this elevator hold music. Hello. How is everyone? Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020 at 9:25:30 p.m. Good evening, Lincoln's Aviation and Rail Planning. Brady Henderson, Brett Hagely, Northeast Car Washes, Brady Henderson again, Lincoln again, Rick Hoover, Brady Henderson, Northeast Car Washes, Brett Hagely, Isabella Kang, and Brendy Henderson. Hope all of you are welcome. No, I don't hope. You all are welcome to the stream. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. And I hope that the earth and the entire universe is treating you well, as well as any people that you know and any religion that you may believe in. I hope that you all are doing fabulously. What's good, my bro? Yes, what's up? Hello, how's it going? It's going good. I hope everyone's doing well. Today is a thrilling Thursday. You can see that my entire body is completely gone as the brightness is down, and I'm wearing a black t-shirt, so I'm just a floating head with a large neck, and that's it. Hopefully that's okay. My mom has been diagnosed with COVID-19. Whoa, that took a turn. Well, shit. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she does better. Hopefully she's able to get through it, and yeah, I don't really know how to respond to that. Sorry to hear that. That really sucks. I see a floating head. Yeah, my arms are down here. I'm really sorry to hear that. I wish I could offer some sort of advice, but I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I would advise to go to a doctor. Yeah, sorry to hear that, dude. But yeah, that's not good. Do you have your Bissell Power Force 6594? No. I won't be getting that for, well, I would guess like another 2 weeks. Because I'm sending him the Clean V2 Deluxe and the Power Force. So he'll be getting 2 of those vacuums. And I'll be getting 2 of his vacuums. No, 3. But 2 for now, at least. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I got the bag Power Force bagged at Walmart. Yeah, definitely get the bagged Power Force bag. Don't get the bagless Power Force bagged. Why did Bissell make like 30 vacuums at one point? Are you saying they still don't make 30 vacuums? They made like 30,000 vacuums. Or 3,000 like different variants. No, maybe like 300. They made like 300 different vacuums at this point. So you know the profile picture I made? Yeah, I'm going to make you a better one. Oh, thank you. How does a Wendy's girl treat you when you eat our meals? Very nicely. She doesn't kick me in the stomach like every other fast food mascot. Bagged is better because I have allergies. That's very true. I just threw my Bissell Clean because it wouldn't pick up a damn thing. Probably should have taken it apart, make sure it wasn't clogged. Intel tag. Why do you hate canister vacuums? They're just not my preference. I think uprights are easier to use and just less cumbersome. I know in the UK they like canisters, or they call them cylinders. Why was Walmart like the only store to sell Power Forces? I don't know. Exclusive deal, I guess. Usually that's how that works. Do you still have your standard Xbox One? I never had a standard Xbox One. I had an Xbox One S, and I still haven't gotten it back yet. It's also making a hissing noise. Have you heard of Ollie's? It sounds vaguely familiar. Not quite sure though. Most likely a leak. I had a Kenmore Magic Blue canister, but I kept turning off for some reason. Why were their Power Glides more expensive than Power Forces? Because they were better? Like the Power Glide compared to the Power Force has a longer cord, has a brighter headlight, has 2 more height adjustments, has a better quality filter. Have you ever been to a Kmart store? A couple times. It's not the store I've been to the most often. Kmart's were never really all that common around here. Or where I used to live either. Did you retain your regular username on Discord and just add the admin part via a nickname change? Yes. Do y'all think headlights on vacuums make a big difference? I do. I like headlights on the fronts of vacuums. I think they're very helpful. There's no incentive for them not to be there. Prefer bag models because they're cleaner and less to maintain than baglesses. Yeah. Have you ever had a pneumatic vacuum cleaner before? Like a Henry? No, I never had one of those. Those didn't come to the States until very, very recently. And I always thought they were really creepy. But nowadays I'm kind of like when even just like a few years ago I thought they were really creepy, but now I'm kind of like, it's kind of cute. Headlights on vacuums are used for going under areas. Yeah, precisely. Hello, mate. Hello. Hello, mate. I'm drinking this Lipton green citrus tea. It's very good. I'm usually not a tea person, but this, as well as I've often drank the peach variant, and that's very good too. I just realized this one's not that the other one's zero sugar and this one isn't. Huh. Many brands essentially killed the headlight, replacing them with stair cleaning handles or some shit. Yeah, it's really annoying. G'day, mate. Hello, people of the internet. Hello. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie 1098 coming at you a lot. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie 1098 coming at you once again live through the power of the internet. Hell yes. Kirby vacuums are usually sold $1,000, but sometimes salespeople try to scam you. I would never pay $1,000 for a vacuum. I would never pay $1,000 for a cell phone, let alone a vacuum. I mean, for $1,000, I'd rather just buy 20 Power Forces. Well, with tax, I'd be able to get like 19 Power Forces. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie 1098 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today we are going to discuss the news with Diablo Immortal. A lot of people had problems with Diablo Immortal because it was a mobile game. A lot of people are upset because of the fact that they went to the Blizzard conference, whatever the hell it's called, and they were expecting it to be a nice new addition to the Diablo franchise, and it turns out they were actually advertising a mobile game. A lot of people are upset about this because of the fact that they were expecting a new Diablo, and they only released it on mobile. They didn't even make a console version or a PC version. Yeah, I love Boogie 1098. He's so cool. I just want to give him a big hug. I'm just so proud of him. He's doing so much better now, and I mean, then again, I've always been proud of him, but especially now, like, I can tell that he's doing better. You should make yourself impersonating Boogie 1098 and Francis. See, I can't do Francis because I can't get the lisp right. See, yeah, I can't do the lisp right. It's Francis. It's the Xbox. Cause that's the problem with the Xbox. See, I can't do it. Then it just sounds like a horrible South Park character. If I try to do an impression of Francis. So I'm not even gonna like bother wasting time with that. Let's see. Got a Kirby in the trash. I did too. I've never paid for a Kirby. Every Kirby I've had I got for free. Come on, try doing Francis. Where's my Mountain Dew? I keep it in the microwave. I don't want any friggin' Faygo. I want Mountain Dew. Oh, the goddamn thing is red ringing. It's my money. I'll buy one if I want one. Yeah, I'm not the best at that impression. It's fun though. It's fun trying to. Oh, do any of you watch Review Tech USA? Yo, what's poppin', people? This is Sexy Coco. I'm the most delicious commentatorist on the internet, man. I want that Destination Alive PS4 bundle. Man, GameStop, you gotta tell me where I can get that. I can get that Destination Alive PS4 bundle. This is Sexy Coco, motherfucker. Have you guys seen the Review Tech USA? He did a Sega Genesis commercial as his Sexy Coco character, and it's the funniest thing ever. Let's see if I can do that. I'll try if I can't do it from memory. The thing. I can't even do it. The Sega Genesis has blast pop. Okay, calm down. The Sega Genesis has blast processorization. The Super Nintendo got my ass. So what does blast processor? I can't fucking do it, man. I can't fucking do it. Okay, I'm gonna like repeat that back in my head until I can stop laughing, and I'm gonna come back to that later because I want to do that. Wait, hold on. The Sega Genesis got blast processorization. The Super Nintendo got my ass. So what does blast processorization do? It makes you sexy. See, I can't, cause like trying to find the balance between like the little bit of the lisp and like not and too much of it to where it starts. Trying to find that balance is really annoying. Rich, if you're watching this, which I doubt you're not. Number one, I want to be on the Exposed podcast, and number two, bring back Sexy Coco. Did the stream last over 3 hours last night? It did. It was do Angry Grandpa. I can't. I haven't watched Angry Grandpa in so long. All he does is scream, and I don't want to scream because it's almost 10 o'clock at night. It's something. It's like a. Why are you doing that goddamn TV? Why are you doing my goddamn TV? Put on my Fox News. You do Filthy Frank. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. I love Brandon Ross. I don't like Filthy Frank as much. I know like a lot of people like Filthy Frank. He's just a little bit too off the wall for me. But Brandon Rogers, I freaking love, and not just because he's cute, but Brandon Rogers is just so incredibly funny, and I can do. I'm trying to think what it is, because Brandon, a lot of them he just does with his normal voice, so it's kind of hard to like imitate a character that's just someone's normal voice. So I miss Angry Grandpa, man. My chest hurts. Someone please send this to Rich or Review Tech USA because I want to be on the Exposed podcast. I know I have like no subscribers, and I know that like I'm like a drop in the bucket compared to what he has, but I would love to, because I'm the kind of person where I just love just sitting down with someone and just talking about all sorts of stuff, and I just think that that's really cool. So I would just love to do that. I really should just tweet at him. I probably could get a hold of him. He's probably like small enough to where I could probably get a hold of him. Whereas like Barnacles, like I've been trying to do something with Barnacles for a while, and he's just such a big YouTuber, and he has a family and everything, which I mean Rich does too. But have you heard of the Philips CDI? I've actually seen a CDI in person. I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone. I went to a dentist's office and they had the original Model 1 CDI with the TV sitting on top of it. Where's my candy? I remember the video with the Twinkies. Remember back when they like briefly discontinued? Actually, it was like for a few years. I thought it was where Hostess discontinued the Twinkies for some reason. I just checked Brendan Rogers' channel and he's weird. Well, that's the idea. He's supposed to be weird. What do you think of the Power Force Turbo? Oh, it's a good vacuum. It's just the wide path Power Force bagless with the turbo brush and in red. Someone please answer me. I need to know ASAP. What was your question? I missed it. My mom is getting worse. Should I drive her to the... Yes, drive her to the... You're not there already? Go drive her to the emergency room. Seriously. Right now. Go. Exit out of the stream, get in the car, driver, call an ambulance. Well, don't call an ambulance, they're too expensive. Drive her to the hospital. Make sure it's the hospital that's in her insurance network. I know it sucks, but you have to do that here. You're in the States, right? Bye, guys. Good luck, dude. Take care. You may not have a lot of subs, but the chat with you is a lot. You mean that in a good way? Thank you. Where's my goddamn candy? Where's my goddamn candy? What's my phone at? 11%? Yeah, I know the battery's low. Go away. Image 0.jpg. Oh, nice. See, the thing is, I'm trying to find an artist who can do... because I want to change the icon for the channel, but I want it to be like an animated version of me, not like my persona. So at some point, I'm going to try to reach out to... I have a bunch of artist friends on Facebook, so I really should just reach out to one of them, and I could probably find one that can do something like that. And so I'm probably going to do that at some point. I appreciate it, though. Do you see the AGV video where he smashed a Hoover vacuum? Yeah, there was one where he smashed a Hoover, and there was one where he smashed an S7 Edge, and it caught on fire. And I think there was another vacuum that he broke. But yeah, it was a Hoover T series, I think it was. Something like that. I haven't seen the video in a while. But yeah. So that's that. A video where Angry Grandpa tried to fix his vacuum. Yeah, I saw that video. Are you going to stream for over 4 hours again? I hope not. But we'll see. Probably not. I'm probably going to stream till like... I'm probably going to try to cut it at least midnight tonight. Because I don't want to sleep into the afternoon. Saw Abyssal Clean View in the Cantaloupe video. Oh, yeah. Is that text in the corner even able to be read? There we go. Actually, that looks awful. Never mind. It's not even like scaling properly. Let's just cover up my face. There we go. That's better. See, look, that's better. Fantastic. Okay. PV68, no. PV68, man, no. Don't delete messages like that, okay? It didn't disrespect God. It's a joke, dude. It's a quote. You should not have done that. No, I keep trying to move this back and then it keeps screwing up. There we go. I'll put that back in the corner where it goes. Disconnected and reconnected for some reason. Do 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 do. Not everyone is an atheist. That's not what I said. When are you gonna get your own place? When I can damn well afford it, which is not right now. My pro cup is gonna be here in 2 days. Nice. I just can't wait till everything opens back up so I can actually apply for another job again because my local Verizon's been hiring for a while now, and I actually applied to that job a while ago and I actually got it, but I wasn't able to make it to the training because at the time my car was screwed up. But that issue's been fixed, and I I regret like lagging on applying because I was just like there was a while where I just like wasn't in a good place, so I was like I just wasn't like motivated to like apply for places, and then this whole thing started happening, which ironically this whole pandemic thing is maybe kind of, I don't want to say it's directly made me happier because that sounds kind of mean, but it's kind of made me appreciate things like that. So whenever my state opens back up, I'm going to reapply for that position and hopefully I'll get it. If I get it, I'll be, you know, I'll be making like almost, well, not almost twice. I'll be making about not 2/3. Basically, my old job, I was making 2/3 of what I would be making at this job. Meaning like back whenever last time I worked in retail. So I hope that works out. Because if so, then I'll be able to work, sell people cell phones and stuff, which would be fantastic for me. And then I'll still be doing the vacuum repairs and stuff and doing YouTube. Because I won't reveal how much I make on YouTube now, but I make enough to where I could pay a bill, or I could pay for groceries a month or something like that. You can apply for unemployment? No. Number one, I don't want to apply for unemployment because I don't need it. I don't want to utilize something that I don't need. I wish I'd gotten a stimulus, but that's too late now. But as far as the unemployment goes, I'm technically not unemployed because I'm employed by YouTube. Um, but, and also I'm on my dad's taxes, I'm listed as a dependent. So I can't apply for unemployment if I'm still living with a parent. At least I don't think you can. And even if you could, I don't want to. Bus 49 says hi, hello. Waiting for my local gaming store to open so I can get some Crash game I was going to get. Yeah. There's stores here in Florida are open still. Yeah, Florida just opened back up. Yet at the same time, there's also a few thousand cases of COVID that have popped up in Florida since then, which is unfortunate. I don't think it's responsible for these states to open up yet. And I've been kind of flip flopping on this opinion because it's kind of a double edged sword. But basically, I think I've answered it this way before. But I basically would, if I was the governor of a state, I would basically handle this is I would I would do the mandatory quarantine for like a month, and in that process I would do whatever I can to make sure that people get their stimuluses, make sure that people get make sure that there's a rent freeze in place, make sure that there is a mortgage freeze in place, so that way people aren't worried about bills and they're not stressing out over that and forced to stay home while still having to pay bills, because obviously that's a problem when 70% of people in this country live paycheck to paycheck. So that's something you have to think about if you're actually going to make a decision to shut down a state and essentially destabilize an entire economy. You have to realize there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hurt by that. And you can't just do bailouts for corporations and expect that to somehow help, the families and the small businesses, because that's not how it works. Especially because a lot of the businesses don't actually need the bailouts. In fact, the majority of them do not. Whereas small businesses and families, working people, those are the people that need the bailouts and need the stimuluses, and they need. I mean, number one, they need to make sure bills are paid. Number one. Number two, they need to make sure that they're able to get screened for this virus. And, as an extension of that, they need to make sure that they actually have proper medical care, so that way they can make sure that people are getting screened for this virus, and that people are and make sure that people are actually um, prepared for it. The U.S. has acted too late to prepare for the virus. Exactly. Because here's the thing: if I was president, what I would have done is back in December, January, when we were first hearing about this, I would have made sure that, first off, the one thing I do agree with a couple things that the president did. I do agree with the travel ban. So I would have done something very similar to that. I would have. What was that other thing that he did? Um, there's another thing he did that I thought was good. I forgot what it was, but he did the travel ban, which I think was good. And but however, what I think he did poorly is, well, number one, this is kind of like a, not just regarding this pandemic, but just in general, is that this president, when he was running for president, there were many cases where he said that he supported universal health care. And this is something that he stepped himself away from the rest of the Republican pack by saying that, look, we need to make sure we can bring costs down and keep everybody covered. And he hasn't done that. And I mean, he's done something, so I'll give him credit for that. Like, he's tried to pull down. There was like some aspects of uh, I forgot exactly what it was, but there were some things that he did regarding price control that I thought was good, but I don't think it went far enough. Um, and he also while he tried to repeal Obamacare, and I think that that's the wrong way to go about it. He did, try to get rid of the individual mandate, which is something that I'm kind of wishy-washy on. Because I think that overall, I think that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act, which are the same thing, was a really poor way of doing some sort of healthcare reform system. Because I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Obama, but whenever he ran for president, see, because you got to be, the key is that you can't be partisan. Like, you have to like call it out like it is. I've like I find it really annoying whenever people will often credit a president for one thing when a person in the opposite party does something very similar, and vice versa with something negative. For example, people will people will get mad at Trump for not trying to get the wall built until and shutting down the government to build the wall. when he very easily could have done that same thing while he had a supermajority in the House and in the Senate. And he didn't do that. If he wanted to get the wall built, he should have done it when he had a supermajority, when he was freshly elected, and whenever whenever he basically was a fresh face, and he could have gotten the wall proposal passed right then and there because he had a supermajority. I think that's a very fair criticism of the president to say that if he wanted to build the wall, he should have started when he got into office, because this is a big flagship proposal of his campaign, and yet he waited until halfway through his first term to actually, even attempt trying to do construction on it. PV68 man, we literally have someone in the chat whose mother was diagnosed with COVID-19, and you're still trying to peddle this bullshit that coronavirus is a hoax. It's not a hoax. It never was. I don't know how many times I need to educate you on that, but you're wrong. And the fact that I keep educating you about the fact that you're wrong, and you keep saying it anyways, is really starting to piss me off. Yeah, you're no longer a mod. No, coronavirus is not a hoax. There are people dying because of this shit. There are people dying. There are economies that are shut down because of this. This is obviously a very real issue. We've already had more people die because of coronavirus than people who died during the Vietnam War. So this is a serious thing. So I find it incredibly ridiculous whenever someone tries to say that it's fake, when you don't realize, when you're not thinking about the fact that this is actually affecting people. Think about it. If your dad or if your grandpa or whoever was diagnosed with cancer, and then someone went to you and said, cancer's not real, how would you feel? Knowing that you have someone who is close to you who is actually affected by this serious issue, and yet you're pretending like it's not true, and for no reason. There's no incentive to saying that it's a hoax. I know there are people out there who are trying to say that this whole thing is fabricated in order to get the government to take away your rights. First off, you never had any rights for like the past decade. Ever since the Patriot Act passed, you've never had any rights. Your Fourth Amendment rights have been stripped away for the past decade. Let's just get that out there. And as well as the fact that whenever something like this happens, anytime something happens with this, and people are struggling because of this, people will scapegoat issues. Because here's the thing. Whenever, like the people right now who are upset because they can't get their haircuts, they're upset because they can't go to Baskin Robbins, that sort of thing. We see those protesters and you kind of think, oh, hey, that's ridiculous, that's silly. However, that's coming from a very real place. If people were quarantined right now and they were financially stable, then yes, those people that say, I can't get my haircut, I can't go to Baskin Robbins, those people are ridiculous. And they're selfish, they're arrogant. You can say whatever you want about them because they're only caring about themselves. However, there was a business owner in Texas, she owned a hair salon, and she was arrested because she refused to close her salon. And she looked in front of the judge and said, I'm just trying to feed my family. Do you think it's right that I'm going to get punished and I'm being called selfish because I'm trying to feed my kids? That's a very real thing. Whenever you have people who are struggling economically, that's when people start to scapegoat other issues because they don't know how else to rationalize it, because they're trying to get through a painful scenario for them and their families. So a lot of times they will focus on something that's not the issue because the real issue isn't being addressed. And that's the thing. If we had a recurring stimulus payment of $2,000 a month throughout the rest of the duration of this crisis, and not just for people, but for every adult over 18. If we had this stimulus in place, recurring until we find a vaccine and get people tested. If we had that, if we had free coronavirus tests, so people can actually get tested. If we had it to where businesses are able to shut down and still not go bankrupt because those businesses got breaks and got subsidies to keep them afloat while they're forced to being shut down. And if we had freezes on rent and mortgage so people didn't have to go bankrupt, because people don't have a savings. Nobody has a savings because 70% of the country is living paycheck to paycheck. You can't tell me that those people have a savings to fall back on to where they can pay their bills when they're not able to make any money. And that's a problem. Whenever there's that large economic anxiety that affects millions of people, that's when people start to get emotional and they start to try their best to rationalize the situation. And it's heartbreaking to see. It's to the point where people aren't even concerned about the virus anymore. They're just worried about whether or not they're going to be able to keep their homes, let alone their businesses. And that's just incredibly frustrating and incredibly sad. And it really pains me to see that there's so many people in power who are not addressing this issue. And it's bipartisan. Trump is not doing enough to affect this crisis, and neither is Biden. Neither of them are really doing anything. And none of the other third parties are really either. Not that they have any power. And that's the problem. And until that problem's fixed, that's why a lot of people voted for Trump, because they thought that he was going to be the person to address the corruption. Really, there was a candidate that was there to address the corruption, and a few candidates actually, and they all got beat by an 80-year-old rapist with dementia. So there you go. It's a really sad state of affairs, but it's just the reality that we live in, at least in the U.S. And that's unfortunate. I don't trust any politicians. Yeah, it's really hard to. I mean, see, I used to be of the mindset that like I want my politician to not be corrupt, but now I'm kind of like, you know what? Can my representative politician at least be conscious and have like a functioning mental capacity? Because it seems like neither of those things are options with the two choices that we are left with. I had to go to a hardware store to buy a filter for my furnace and a coil cleaner for my window air conditioners, and came across people not wearing masks correctly and employees not wearing masks. Yeah. Lockup sucks. Yeah. Some people say it's a hoax and spit on others. Yeah, I saw a story where there was someone, I believe she was in my state. I could be wrong about that. Where there was a woman who worked on retail, and one of the customers spat on her, and that person had COVID, and she got infected, and she died. And she was like, I don't even think she was like 30 something, and she died because of this. Granted, that's one case, but we're seeing hundreds of thousands of people get infected because of this. and it's really frustrating. So again, if you're going to go out in public and you're going to get out of your car and go to any sort of retail environment, or you're outside and there's other people around, please wear a mask. Even if it's a crappy one, it's better than nothing. Keep in mind, the masks are there to keep you from spreading it to someone else, not necessarily for you contracting it. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, Techman, I added you as a mod, since you seem pretty trustworthy. Spitting is assault any day, but with COVID, it's attempted murder. Yeah. Always wear a mask. It's blue. You want your politician to be street smart at minimum. Hey, I'd like to at least think that I have that. I kind of want to run for office. Not that I would win, because I obviously wouldn't win, because I have my head screwed on straight, so by default I'm not going to win. I'm not crazy enough. I'm not corrupt enough. All the policies that I support are mostly popular. I would never get elected. I could try. When I turn, I could run in 2036 or 2040 or any year after that. How many cases are in your state? Last I checked, it was about it was like 2,000, I think. Let me check. Let's see. So, wow. We've had 84,698 confirmed cases in Illinois and 3,792 deaths. And in the entire United States, the good news is we've had way more people recover than die. So that's good. In Illinois, it's not reporting for some reason, but in the US, we have 1.45 million cases that have been confirmed in the United States. 253,000 have recovered, so that's good. And only 86,000 have died. But that means there's over 1.5 million, over a million, about 1.2 million that are still up in the air, that are still infected, not died, but not recovered. And that's horrible. But at the very least, at least we have more people that have recovered than died. So that's something good to think about. We've had over twice as many people have recovered versus died. And yeah, it's mutating. 14 strains now. And I think it's going to get worse in the fall, unfortunately. And it's going to determine the outcome of the election. I'll tell you that. This entire election is Trump's to lose. If Trump does, and again, I'm not even going to say if he does this, but I'm saying if the public perceives him to have done a good job on coronavirus, then Biden is going to be the next John Kerry. Where, again, like Bush, he was, a lot of people hated Bush because of what he did with Iraq and Afghanistan, and they hated the way that he was running the country. So a lot of people said vote blue no matter who. John Kerry immediately became the nominee after the more progressive people like Howard Dean were just shut down in the early states, just like we're seeing right now with Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. And so now that we have Joe Biden, it's with the election, it's basically whenever the election happens, if people are satisfied and they're trustworthy with the Trump administration, then he will win re-election. And if they not only don't trust him, but don't trust him enough in order to consider just voting for the other person by default, which would probably be like a Biden Klobuchar ticket or something like that, then we're going to see Biden win. And that is what will determine the election. Period. End of discussion. It won't be healthcare. It won't be climate change. It won't be. To an extent, it'll be the economy. But that's the thing. It's nothing related to policy. Because think about it. If this was a policy election, Bernie Sanders would have kept up his winning streak, because Bernie Sanders, because of the fact that everyone said that Biden was the most electable, Biden was winning on the Super Tuesday states because they said he was more electable. There were exit polls that showed that people supported things like Medicare for all and a living wage and stuff like that, Bernie Sanders' platform, yet they were still voting for Biden because of the fact that mainstream media kept pushing to those people that Biden is the one that's the more electable candidate. And people who are Democratic loyalists, they don't care about, they're going to vote blue no matter who. So they just want to get behind the winning candidate, and they just want to get Trump out of office. And a lot of people have been very, very open about that. They're like, we just want him out. We don't care who it is. We don't care if it's Biden. We don't care if it's Klobuchar, if it's Buttigieg, Yang, Bernie, Tulsi. It doesn't matter. We want them out. And I don't think that's the way that you should vote personally. I think that you should vote based on policies. But that percentage of the electorate has come out in droves in this primary race. We've seen a massive number of older voters come out in support of Joe Biden, especially after we got Klobuchar and Buttigieg to drop out and endorse Biden, as well as Obama endorsing Biden. So that's why he's the nominee. That's why he's the presumptive nominee at this point. Anyways. But yeah, so mark my words, that's the outcome of the election. If people believe that Trump did a good job with this, then he's going to get reelected. And if people don't think, then it'll be Biden. And earlier in this race, I thought that it was a shoo-in for Trump to get reelected. And now I'm thinking it's pretty much 50-50 at this point. It's either of them could win at this point. And I'm not really going to be happy either way, so I'm not really focusing on it. I still got my old Bernie bumper stickers that I put on my car after Iowa and New Hampshire. Well, I didn't put them on my car, but I had them for, and I never ended up putting them on my car. Which I probably should have. If I put them on my car, I would have won. Does anyone else's YouTube update? Yeah, that new update where the comments are like squished in between the videos and the description is garbage. I hate it so much. He will just steal the election somehow. Dude does not know how to follow the rules. I don't believe that Trump will actually steal the election. I don't believe that. He talks about it, but I don't think he would do that. I really don't. He could probably say it's rigged. If Biden wins, he'll probably say that it's rigged, but he's not going to do anything about it. He's still gonna step aside, and he's still gonna let Biden do his thing, and he'll have a presence on Twitter. Besides, the exact opposite happened. Whenever Trump won, a lot of the people who supported Hillary Clinton said this election was rigged because it was Russia, and then that inspired the whole Russiagate conspiracy, and which did have some merit. Oh, don't get me wrong, but it was overblown. And a lot of people were saying that the only reason Hillary lost is because of Russia, and Hillary Clinton took no personal responsibility for how poorly she ran her own campaign and how honestly unlikable of a candidate she was. I'm a Tulsi Gabbard type person. Yeah, I love Tulsi. My list for who I want for president out of all the people who ran in this primary was number 1, Bernie Sanders, number 2, Tulsi Gabbard, number 3, Andrew Yang, number 4 was what was number 4? I already forgot. Number 4 was... Oh, yeah, number 4 was Marianne Williamson. Number 5 was Richard Ojeda. Number 6 was Bill de Blasio. Number 7 was Elizabeth Warren. And then all the other ones can go away. So, I think she lost because she's a woman. I don't think so. There were some people who didn't vote for her because she was a woman, but there are also people who didn't vote for Obama because he was black, and he still won. So I don't think the thing of her being a woman was an issue at all. I think the issue was her being Hillary Clinton. Keep in mind, like, if Elizabeth Warren had ran in 2016, she would have won. She'd be president right now. But Elizabeth Warren, because remember, at one point during this primary race, Elizabeth Warren was at the top. But the moment that she started taking on old Hillary Clinton and old Kamala Harris staffers, she just kept saying, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman. And everyone was like, yeah, we know. But do you support Medicare for all? Do you support a living wage? Do you support free college? Do you support ending the wars? And she was just like, at first she was like, yeah. And then that's when she shot up in the polls. And then she was like, no, not really. And then she dropped. And then, especially whenever she tried to pretend that Bernie was a sexist somehow, then she just plummeted. And she was out of the race by then. Early on, this is clearly a Bernie Biden race. And, you know, it's just one of those things where the perfect storm happened to keep Bernie from winning this election because he was on the right track. Like, he won the first 3 states. No candidate in history has ever won the first 3 states. Now, you could say that Buttigieg technically won Iowa, but Bernie got way more votes. And Buttigieg's team actually were the people who were behind the app, so that's clearly some corruption going on there. So, and again, it didn't line up with the actual votes in the precincts. So, yeah. So Bernie won the first 3 states, and then the moment that Biden won South Carolina, everything just fell into place, and Biden went to sweep on Super Tuesday. And the combination of Buttigieg and Klobuchar dropping out and Warren staying in all took votes away from Bernie. And, you know, I'm a Bernie guy, but I have to admit that Bernie made some mistakes. He should have been tougher on Biden. He should have said more. He should have been more upfront about his corruption. He should have been more upfront about, honestly, his dementia. And, you know, the fact that he voted against Social Security, the fact that he voted against, minimum wage increases, the fact that he voted for the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, which completely gutted Glass-Steagall, the fact that he supported the Iraq War, which he did hammer him on a lot, but I still don't think that was enough. And ultimately, Bernie just didn't do a good enough job because there were top staffers that were telling Bernie, you need to be more aggressive, and he just wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't do it. And since he wouldn't do it, he just refused to take those shots that he needed to in order to take down Biden. And as a result, he paid the price. He lost. And that's really annoying because I really supported Bernie Sanders and I really wanted him to win this election. I really wanted him to be the nominee because if he was the nominee, he would have won this election hands down. I even put my money on it. I had a bet with my dad going on where we were betting on who was going to win, Bernie or Trump. And unfortunately, that's null and void now. Are you in the middle of moving, bro? No, I'm not. My room's just a mess. Yeah, Telltale, can we move on? All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a more positive topic. So this stream is going to get disliked to all shit and back because I talk politics, but whatever. Oops. Can we talk about vacuums? Sure. I've got one of those. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I have 27 vacuums in this room. Wow. Can we talk about phones? This is a cell phone. It's at 19%. Can you look up vacuums, please? I already did. I don't look up vacuums every single time. I got some on my eye. Should have stayed. What were the signs I ignored? Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. It's really cool. Can you play that song? I can't play a song. I'm getting a copyright strike. I can sing though. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Yes, it is. Mayonnaise is an instrument. You know what else is an instrument? Horseradish. No, it's a loop. Probably wouldn't be a very good one. I have 17 vacuums now and I'm planning on selling most of them. Yeah. I have quite a few that I'm trying to sell. A couple I haven't even made a video on yet. My hair's annoying. Is this a channel about vacuum collectors? Because you guys seem to have many. Yeah. Kinda. Did you see the video where someone actually uses mayonnaise and horseradish as an instrument? Yes, I did. That's why I said it was an instrument. Because I saw the evidence that proved that it can be used. That is not my hair. My hair's not that long. What? No, whatever. What was I talking about? Yeah, I saw that video. That's why I knew it was an instrument. What's your favorite Xbox? 360. Intel's like, nice hat. Thank you. I like putting my hat up like this so you can see my massive Jax Films-esque forehead. mess up my hair. Should have stayed. Were the signs I ignored. Yep, I'm planning on making a review of all of them. I made 2 reviews of the Abyssal Vacuums on my channel. Nice. Did I wear the same type of shirt in the last stream? I think I may have. See, I've got a few of these like plain black t-shirts. I have like a pack of like 10 of them, like 5 or 10 of them. So I should have gotten a medium for these types of shirts because these shirts are like a little bit loose. How often do you push yourself out of your comfort zone? Well, that's not really up to me. That's up to whenever my body decides to have an anxiety attack. When my Pro Cup comes, I'll review it. Nice. But yeah, it's not really up to me, usually. If you mean voluntarily, then I pretty much never step out of my comfort zone. Not anymore. I used to, but not worth it. I guess it depends on what you refer to as a comfort zone. Like, would like asking someone out be considered stepping out of your comfort zone? Or like buying something that you don't know if you're gonna like, or jogging backwards? I don't know. Like, what's considered outside your comfort zone? Just anything that you're not like, oh, sure, whatever. I don't know. You did that just make me mad. What? I miss my guitar. I need to get another guitar. Those are great examples. Everyone has their own. Yeah, that's great. Man, dating really sucks right now because you have to be like, hey, can I take you out on a date whenever everything opens the fuck back up? Right? Like going skydiving. See, I remember at one point my dad said he was going to take me skydiving. I wonder whatever happened to that. Not that I wanted to do it anyways. Probably best that he forgot. Hopefully he didn't hear me. Because I don't want to go skydiving. You can only date family. You can only date family, and that's wrong in most states. Sweet home Alabama, when I'm coming home tonight. Sweet home Alabama. Would you skydive? No. I'd skydive like 10 feet. I'd jump off a trampoline. That's the most I would do skydiving. Spanish is an instrument. Top search by typing the letter I. I don't know. Yeah. I'm on both iPads, Kellen and Autumn. Sing some Nirvana. I need an easy friend. I do with on it to land. I do think you fit this shoe. I do, won't you have a clue? I'll take advantage while you hang me out to dry, but I can't see you every night. Free, I do. I'm standing in your line. I do hope you have the time. I do pick a number 2. I do keep a date with you. I'll take advantage while you hang me out to dry, but I can't see you every night. Free. I need an easy friend. I do with on it to land. I do think you fit this shoe. I do, won't you have a clue? I'll take advantage while you hang me out to dry, but I can't see you every night. No, I can't see you every night. Free, I do, I do, I do, I do. On a plane. It is now time to make it all clear, to write our lives that don't make sense. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? The black sheep died every night. The worst something I've ever had. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane, I can't complain. Ooh, I'm on a plane. Ooh, my mother died every night. Something special, I never something. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane. Ooh, I can't complain. Ooh, I'm on a plane. Ooh. I forgot the rest of the lyrics of that song. Let me open them up here. I have the stream open up in 2 tabs. Oh, no, I don't. Huh? All right, new tab. How did I forget that song? I really like that song. Is literally the first Nirvana is the best band ever. Is Nirvana the best band ever? Look at this. Is Nirvana the best band ever? Nirvana is the best band ever. Simply and easily, there's no band better than Nirvana. Not the Beatles, not the Rolling Stones. Not anyone can beat Nirvana in talent and songwriting abilities. Well, there you go. Now you know. So it's a confirmed fact at this point. Where is... Like, you know your band's successful when it's named after something, and your band pops up more before the actual thing it's named after? Nirvana lyrics. Here we go. Okay. I love a lot of these songs. Where is... Here it is. Start this off without any words. I got so high, I scratched till I bled. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? The finest day that I ever had was when I learned to cry on command. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane, I can't complain. I'm on a plane. Mother died every night. It's safe to say, don't quote me on that. I love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? The black sheep got black man again. Forgot to put on the zip code. I love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane, I can't complain. I'm on a plane. Somewhere I've heard this before. In a dream of memory restored, as a defense of Newton and Speed. What the hell am I trying to say? It is now time to make it unclear, to write off lines that don't make sense. Love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? And one more special message to go, and then I'm done, then I can go home. I love myself better than you. I know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane, ooh, I can't complain. Ooh, I'm on a plane, ooh, I'm on a plane, ooh, I'm on a plane, ooh, ooh, ooh. Boom. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here. And put this over here. It looks weird if I'm looking right in the camera while I'm singing. I like to be looking off the side like this. Good singing. Thank you. Nirvana Unplugged. Oh, know any Billy Joel songs? I know Billy Joe Armstrong. Does that count? Vacuum Observatory popped in and said, I don't know about that. Do you mean that like a bad way? If I were to ever get a Power Glide, it would get the Power Glide Plus because of the blue color. Yeah. The 1398 has that turquoise height adjustment dial. If I ever get a Power Glide Plus, I believe that comes with a black one, I'll swap them. I'll swap the height adjustment knobs. If your dad was really mean to you in your childhood, would you talk to him? Yeah. Depends on what you mean by mean. I think that with any friend or family member, I don't subscribe to the idea of like, oh, well, they're your family, so you have to always, like them. Not like them. That's not the word I was looking for. Have to have them be a part of your life. Family is, how people treat you and how you feel around people. Family. You know what they say? The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So I'm kind of the mindset that friends can be family just as much as your biological family. So, that's something where, it's up to you. If a friend if a friend treated you like that, would you still talk to them? There's your answer. I don't subscribe to the idea of, oh, but they're your ex, insert title. And I don't think that anyone being any specific member of your family grants them entitles them to more lenience in the respect regard than a friend would, because that's just you're talking about, abuse at that point. So you shouldn't tolerate more abuse just because it's from someone who's in your bloodline. That's how I feel. You can deal with it however you want to, but that's how I personally feel. Spanking with a stick and stuff. Yeah, you should never hit your kids. I'm very, very firm on that. I know some people disagree, and that's fine. They are wrong, and not, they are not raising their kids right. I don't care if it offends a parent because they think that beating their kids is okay. I don't care. I will gladly offend them all day because I do not. Because it's been proven with multiple studies over the years, time and time again, constantly proven that punishing your kids with physical punishments like that only causes psychological damage. All it does is it teaches them to respond violently to situations in the future, and it doesn't actually teach any sort of lesson. And anyone who acknowledges that yet still beats their kids clearly are dangerous people that should not be allowed to have kids. And I'm not talking about, like, again, if your version of like the spanking or whatever is legitimately not to hurt the kid, and you aren't hurting the kid, then it's just like, okay, well, that doesn't work, so try something else. Whereas if you are actually beating your kids with like force, then you need to have I'm not even going to say you need to have your kids taken away, because obviously the foster care system isn't any better, but you shouldn't have had kids in the first place. And I will be upfront about that. Not everyone, just because you manage to have the process, does not entitle you to kids, and does not entitle you to, I mean, yes, in theory it entitles you to kids physically, but responsibly, it doesn't entitle you to the ability to instantly know how to parent properly. And a lot of people will clap back at that, and say, anytime someone will clap back saying, but you don't have kids, that's clearly an example of someone who is doing it wrong, because you're resorting to that sort of personal attack and not actually addressing the argument that was made. And if you're addressing the argument that was made, then you wouldn't need to say, but the person who's delivering that message doesn't have kids, because that's an irrelevant point. Because you know that the goalposts to be moved, because I've seen this before, where then if you do have kids and then you say the same thing, and then you're like, I know because I have kids, then they say, well, how dare you tell me how to raise my kids? And it just keeps going on and on. So I wish there was like a more compassionate segment to the population, or there was a larger segment of the population that was more compassionate about actually trying to do what's best for their kids, and not just trying to feel like they've done everything right in their entire lives. Because again, those types of people shouldn't have been those types of people who are basically spoiled and want to believe that everything they do parenting wise is by definition correct, are the type of people that shouldn't have had kids in the first place. And again, don't twist what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, because obviously all parents make mistakes, and that's fine. But if you are firm on, no, I need to hit my kids regardless of what the data says, regardless of the fact that it's not okay and that it's abuse, and that I know that if I did it to an adult I'd be arrested for assault, then okay, that's just not a serious opinion anymore. Not in this day and age. It's really not. And it's not respectable, because you are saying that assaulting children is okay as long as they belong to me. And that's not something that I support. And I don't understand why that's such a controversial opinion. It's pretty obvious to me. Anyways, back to other things. Man, this stream has been all over the place topic wise, hasn't it? This is going to get disliked to all high hell and back. And that's fine. That really sucks, Pierce. Yeah, I wouldn't talk to that friend either. That's clearly not a friend. And Telltale, did you say you're getting a Power Glide Plus? No, I didn't say I was getting one. I said if I got one. If I managed to get one, which I don't think I'm getting one. I've yet to find one. And tells me, what did you have for dinner? I had Wendy's again. I had Wendy's again just because I didn't feel like doing anything. And because I still got a ton of coupons. So I used one that was buy one, get one free for a 6-piece nugget. And then I got a 10-piece nugget as well. But they gave me a large fry instead, which was fine. I didn't even notice till after I drove away. And I was kind of like, you know what? I kind of rather have this anyways. So it kind of worked. So it worked out just fine. Do you want to get another 3522 Power Force? I don't really need one. I already have one. I already have 2 right now, but the other one's going to Cameron. So I don't really need one. And tells like, do you hate phones? Why would I hate phones? I love phones. I literally, like, okay, don't drop it, jackass. Does this look like someone who hates phones? I don't want to drop any of these. Does this look like someone who hates phones? Literally, I have... This is heavy. I've got so many phones here. I've got... Yeah, I've got my watch. My watch is in here because I need to get a new band for it. I've got the Galaxy S, iPhone 4S, Galaxy S6, Note 5, S6 Edge Plus, J1, HTC One M7, Note 7, Note 2, LG V20, iPhone 6s Plus, Motorola Droid Turbo, Galaxy S5, Galaxy S3, Galaxy S4. So I have a ton of cell phones in this drawer. I'll put this S4 back in the case. I don't have a case for this S3, do I? Got that S3. This S4. We're gonna be up all night due to drinking 1.5 liters of Dr. Pepper. Oh, that's not good. Let's see, I got Note 5, Note 7, Galaxy S1. How many of these have juice in them? I'm curious. This is gonna like clutter up my desk like crazy, but I wanna try this. So how many of these phones? Let's see how many of these phones have a charge in them right now. So first, we'll try the S4. Yep, S4 has a charge. S3. This one takes a while. Yep, S3. There's the S4 turning on. Note 7. There we go. That has power. Note 5. Note 5. This Note 2 is broken, but it's in perfect condition, but we'll still see if it'll probably do the checkered screen. Maybe not. Maybe it's dead. Okay, yeah, that's completely dead. Okay, so that one isn't. I know this LG V20 is dead. Yeah, this V20 is dead because I need to get a battery for it. So that V20 is dead. Galaxy S. Looks like that's dead because that's not turning on. Yep, that's dead. V20's dead. Note 2's dead. S20's dead. J1. That one's on. Where's my case? Put this note in a case. There we go. That's in a case. So that J1 works. Oops. So that J1 works. Intelitech, what did you get at Wendy's? I got I got 12 chicken nuggets and a large fry. There's the iPhone 4S. So that has power. Motorola Droid Turbo. Yep, that has power. Galaxy S5. That has power. Got a piece of a adapter in there. iPhone 6s Plus. That works. Some of these are on older firmwares. This S5 is on Android 4.4, which I really like. This iPhone is on iOS 10. The other iPhone's on iOS 9. Got the S6 Edge Plus. There we go, S6 Edge Plus. Then we got the Galaxy S6. A ton of Galaxies in here. Yep, Galaxy S6. And finally in this drawer, we have the HTC One M7. There we go. See that? It says HTC. Well, it says HTC, but you can't really see it because it's too bright. Yeah. And you can't see that, it's just a yellow screen. It's really hard to see. But yeah. So that's all the phones in this drawer. Someone was streaming. Yeah. But yeah, so the Galaxy S is dead, the Note 2 is dead, and unsurprisingly, the V20 is dead. Can't believe I paid as much as I paid for this V20, and this friggin' charging port's busted. So I can't charge the battery that's in here, which is frustrating. When initially, whenever I got it, the person who traded it in said, yeah, it has a bad charging port. And the other one's like, oh, it's actually good. And it wasn't. There's the M7. Really hard to see. See, there's the M7. And this is the 6S Plus. Turn that off. Pretty. Didn't I have a 6S Plus case? I thought I did. Oh. 6S Plus. This is the M7. I'll turn that off. Turn that off. Power. Sprint. This is plastic, so I don't have to worry about it scratching anything. And the 4S. Oh, the 4S is at 8%. Brightness, yeah, 10% remaining, I know. So there's the 4S, which you can't even see. There's the 4S, which is at 8%, so that's about to die. Oh, and it's locked up. Okay. Actually, I'm going to keep that out so I can charge it. Hello. And this is the S6, which is completely reset. And this, the S6 is on the original firmware, so it's Android 5.0.2. S6 Edge Plus. This is on Android Marshmallow. Turn that off. I didn't even see what battery percentage it was at. Probably doesn't matter. And then the Note 5. See what that's at. It's at 8%. Actually, I'll keep that out too. This S5 I'm not really using. You see it's reset. This one's on the original firmware as well. This one's on Android 4.2, I think. Yes, no, 4.4.2. Turn that off. Power off, shut down. See that shutting down. And that goes there. What else? This is the Galaxy Note 7. So this is working just fine. This one's at 73%. This is the green battery version. If you can see that. You can't really see that. Oh, whatever. Turn that off. Put that on top of the S6 Edge Plus. And yeah, the Note 5 I'll keep out for now. The S3. There's the S3. This one's been reset. See, I don't really use this one too much. Old school Samsung noises. Hello. This is a really comfortable phone to hold. Yeah, it's plastic, but it feels really nice. Just kind of melts into your hand. Reminds me of the game. It reminds me of the GameCube controller. The way it kind of melts into your hand. The Galaxy S4. This one's on the latest firmware, Android 5.1 or 5.0.1. So that one's been updated. I just turned on the iPhone. Oops. I pushed the button accidentally. Oh, darn it. Where did this S3 go? No, this S3 went right here. Those go right there. This goes right there. This turns off. iPhones are great at maintaining their battery life. So that's really good. And then this Galaxy J1. This is kind of a junky phone, but it still does stuff. Hello again. Hello. And then the Droid Turbo 2. I really should do a review on this phone. It's a really nice phone, considering it's 5 years old at this point. Droid Turbo 2. Battery life on this is excellent. But yeah, that's the Droid Turbo 2. Then I also got a few other phones that aren't in here. I got a couple Note 4s. I have a Note 1. A lot of those are in the box. A lot of the notes are in the box. In their original boxes, I mean. And put this back into the drawer that it goes into. Dropped that wand. Hello again. My back is killing me. Why? I don't know. Oh. Hello again. Hello. Probably going to stop streaming in a few minutes since my back is hurting and I want to lay down. Do you have a heating pad you can use on your back? I use one every morning for my back. Ooh. I think my dad has one. Be right back. Pun intended, because I said back. Well, my dad is sleeping, and I don't know where he keeps it, and I don't want to take it without asking. So, yeah. I should probably just buy my own. I'd imagine they're not all that expensive. Aren't they like, what, 20 bucks? Sacrifice the profit off of a vacuum to get a better back? Hmm. Meh. Chat is dead. Whenever I arch my back like this, it feels a lot better. Because I'm like not hunching forward all the time. Are you stronger than your dad? Hell no. I'm not a very physically strong person. Mentally, I'm very strong. Physically, not so much. I can be strong if I want to. I just generally choose not to use it because I'm generally a pacifist. So I'm probably stronger than I've ever utilized my strength to be. Well, one time I had to wrestle a bat out of someone's hands, and I was pretty strong then. There was a guy who was like trying to attack someone else, and I basically like knocked him to the ground, and I wrestled a metal bat out of his hands. How old is your dad? I think let's see, 71. Let's see, January 1971. So that means he's 51. Right? 70, 80, 90. It's 30. 90, 2000. Yeah. 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. Yeah, so 51. No, it wouldn't be 51, it'd be 49. What? I can't math. 81, 91, 2001, 2011, 2021. Yes, he's 49. This chat is dead. 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 Do you ever talk to or visit your mom? I talk to my mom sometimes. I don't really visit her all that often. I'll probably be seeing her this summer. But I haven't seen her in like almost a decade, if not over a decade at this point. And I maybe talk to her like probably like not even enough to fill up all my fingers enough times. I mean, but there's still 7 people watching. Yeah. Well, it's almost 11:15, and I'm gonna go lay down. So, yeah, if you want, I do have another video that I could release right now, but I don't know if I want to, assuming I upload it correctly. But either way, I'm probably gonna go ahead and hang this up for the night. I don't want to stream for 4 hours again. I want to lay down and get back to a somewhat consistent sleep schedule. So anyway, guys, this is Intelitech Studios signing out. I'll see you guys in the next stream and or video, whichever comes first, or whichever you happen to stumble upon first. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and or day and or afternoon and or evening and or morning, depending on where you are in the world. And hopefully you have a great rest of your, again, whatever. So I hope y'all have a good one, and take care.